Hello. On the Sand Ghosts CD 9 Moons, the opening track is called Crushed, and Crushed is a bit of a cheat because it's actually a combination of two songs with some verses taken out, because I got a bit stuck and I thought, oh, I could add something from this other song. Now the other song is called Crushed and Haunted, and I still have that. That's sitting in front of me. The lyrics and everything is sitting in front of me. I wrote it over 10 years ago, and I'd lived in London when I was younger, and I absolutely loved it. But at some point, as I was getting older, and certainly when I wrote this, I had an experience of London that made me just feel overwhelmed. I went down for the day, and there were just so many people. Everyone was rushing around, no one seemed to be talking to each other. I sat on a tube, in complete silence around me, and I'd been used to getting a local bus up in Shropshire where everyone talked to each other, and here we all were on the tube, not saying a word. And as I say, I found it a bit overwhelming. I've got friends who live in London, and they love it. Some of the time, I think they love particular things like access to, I don't know, coffee shops and things, although at the moment that might be a bit tricky. But as I say, I found it a bit overwhelming, and apart from meeting my friends, it's not a place I much like going to anymore. And right now I couldn't go there anyway. This is called Crushed and Haunted. Too much light tonight in London for stars. Too much sound around in a city full of bars. Full of desperation, full of silent fears. The crushed and the haunted, playing out the years, playing out the years. Too much talk in London, talk and empty air. Too much sound around for anyone to care. Full of desperation, full of silent fears. The crushed and the haunted, playing out the years, playing out the years. Too much fear in London, fear of going down. Turn any corner, afraid of London town. Full of desperation, people on the street. The crushed and the haunted, anyone you meet, playing out the years. Too much light in London, too much light for stars. Too much of anything you want except love in empty bars. Full of desperation, full of silent fears. The crushed and the haunted, playing out the years, playing out the years. Crushed and Haunted.